from the Cerro del Topo Chico to Youth since 1895, Sineam Mill Mineral Water.
Hello everyone, Pedro here with Cinebuild. Excited to be working from home today. We are in my backyard here, and what we want to do is get an overhead shot. And so to do that, we're going to set up a goalpost rig. As many of you know, there are many ways you can rig up a goalpost shot. We have another video where we did indoors over a bed using our Houdini Mitchell base attached to a female Houdini clamp, rigged up to the speed rail, and then we did a tripod looking down. Today we're going to use the Ronin 2, and so obviously versus using a tripod, the Ronin 2 is a big advantage because you can operate and you can add motion to your shot, which can really improve things. We have our Ronin 2 here on standby, and I'm going to go over a few of the ways you can do this. So the first way is if you have our Mitchell base and it happens already to be rigged up with a female Houdini like you see here, you can take your Cinemilled Ronin 2 universal mount and you can attach it to the Mitchell collar and castle nut using a 1-inch long 1/4-20 bolt like that. And then you have a Mitchell threaded collar on your Cinemilled universal mount. And then if this is now rigged up to the speed rail, it just fits right through. And then you can take your collar and castle nut and get that nice and tight with your Cinemilled Mitchell wrench. And so the advantage of this setup, of course, is that you can put a wrench on this and get it really nice and tight. But mainly, you know, what's going to dictate which method you use is just going to be what you have available. Maybe what you have is our less expensive Mitchell washer and knob. And so what you can do is you can take the Mitchell washer and knob and drop that in there. And this is up on the speed rail. And then you can take your Cinemilled universal mount, since it has a thread in the center, a 3/8 thread in the center, you can get that mounted. And then you can tighten the knob on top. And there you have it. So you can tighten this over here, and then you have a Ronin 2 universal mount mounted to our Mitchell base, which the advantage here is maybe that is offset a little bit. And so then you can just slide your Ronin in and you're ready to go. Let's say you don't have our Houdini Mitchell base. So this is out of the picture. You don't have a Mitchell collar and castle nut, so that's out of the picture. Now you're still going to need the universal mount, obviously. So what you can do here is this is the other option. It is taking the Cinemilled Houdini mount, the female, of course, in whatever size speed rail you're using, and it is drilled. It's all cheesed out, and it is drilled to accept so that you can bolt the universal mount to it. So you take here once again the same 1-inch long 1/4-20 bolts, line it up with the threads right there, and there you have it. Now you have a Cinemilled universal mount attached to the Houdini speed rail clamp, and then you just slide your Ronin in and you're off to the races. So once again, there's lots of different ways you can accomplish this. This is just 3 of many different ways that you may be able to get this going. But today I just wanted to show you how you can get this shot with parts that you may have already bought from Cinemilled. So one really important thing that I wanted to bring up at this point is a very important thing, that is safety. You know, in this situation, we're gonna have actress laying on the ground. The camera's gonna be, I don't know, 10 feet above her. And so what you wanna be absolutely sure about is that in the event that, you know, the worst happened and somebody forgot to tighten something, or, you know, any million different things that can go wrong, but shouldn't, if something does come loose, a part breaks, a screw breaks, the unthinkable happens, there's going to be something to catch that camera so it doesn't fall on top of the actress. So this can be accomplished many different ways. One of the ways is just with a simple steel safety cable that you can get and at a lot of movie supply rental houses. The other way is with fabric gear loops, something that you can get at any sort of climbing store or rigging store. There is also a piece of rigging here that I don't have, which is the daisy chain option. So it looks like this, and then there'll be lots of sort of little loops that the nice thing about that is you can easily adjust the length of your safety, because what I have seen a couple times is people will put a safety on there just to please the producers, but then if you pay attention, the safety is so long that the camera might even actually, depending on how high it is from the actor, it might even still strike their face. So obviously you want to make sure that you have your length at the correct length so that it stops the fall and obviously can't touch anything. Now that we've gone over the most important thing, that is safety, we can start rigging up our speed rail and our goalpost rig. There's lots of different ways you can do the goalpost rig. The way I'm doing it, because I have a lot of Cinemilled parts laying around, is I took this baby pin adapter that has a 3/8 thread on the top, and then I just attached one of our Houdini speed rail clamps to it, and then that drops in on the combo stand, and you slide your speed rail in here and you're good to go. All right, guys, we're all set up. Actually, that didn't take that long at all, probably maybe 5 minutes or less. A lot faster than getting a crane in, getting the crane built, getting the crane or jib balanced. Obviously, this goes up really fast, really simply, with not a lot of parts. Probably a lot of things that might be on your grip truck or your grip package, and a few key parts from Cinemilled. So that's it, guys. I hope now you know what pieces you would need to replicate this setup or one of the other setups that I showed in the video, and get a shot just like this on your next project. All right, I'll see you on the next one.